Why are the scales not your friend? Interesting title. Okay, let's talk about it. Scales, that sneaky little traitor sitting in the back of your bathroom pretending to be neutral, like some kind of judgmental referee in your weight loss journey. When you're not on a diet, you don't use them. They come under the bed, they get dust. The last time you used them was when Wham were number one, whatever, and you don't use them. And then the minute you get on a diet, boom! Every day, on, off, maybe sometimes even twice a day. It's like you're hoping for some magical drop in your numbers. But let me tell you something. The scales, they don't care. They have one job, and that is to measure gravitational pull. Not your progress, not your success, and certainly not your worth. So why do we do it? I think it's the illusion of control. We obsess. We step on the scales like it holds the secret to happiness. Because in our minds, we think if the number goes down, I'm doing all right. And if it doesn't, everything is shite. If the numbers go down, I'm doing all right. And if it doesn't, everything is shite. But let me ask you this. When have the scales ever been kind to you? Never. Never in the history of diets has anyone stepped on the scales and had them say, hey, you're amazing. You're doing really great. No, they don't do that, do they? They either confirm your fears, or worse, they play psychological games with you. You become cocky Balboa. Because here's the deal, right? Scales don't measure fat loss. They measure everything. So water, hormones, stress, the pizza you had 4 days ago just hanging around like an unwanted guest, the fact that you might have had salt in your diet 3 days ago, which is making you retain water like some desert freak. And yet we let those numbers dictate us and how we feel about ourselves. Why? The real measure of progress. You didn't start this journey just to see the numbers go down. And if you did, then you need to adjust that. Because you did this because you wanted to feel good, feel confident, feel good, feel confident, fit into those clothes that make you walk a little bit taller in the room, the energy you get, the pride that you get. And the scales, they don't measure that. They don't measure that. They don't measure how you feel in your clothes feeling better. They don't measure how your clothes are fitting better. They don't measure your energy levels. They don't measure that you just went up the stairs and you're not blowing out your ass. And they certainly didn't measure when somebody says, hey, you're looking pretty good, and that feeling you get. So here's the deal. If scales don't serve you, stop serving them. You're the one in charge. You might not think you are, but you are the one in charge. Not some piece of plastic and glass that doesn't even know your name unless you put it into an app, and it's the app that knows your name. So repeat this. I measure my progress in ways that empower me. I focus on how I feel, not just the weight. And every day I'm moving closer to the person I want to be. And if you have to weigh yourself, do it strategically. Same conditions, same clothes. And even then, remember, it's just a number. When I did this with Lawrence and I dropped 11 stone in 5.5 months, I only weighed 5 times in the whole plan. I knew I was doing it, 100%. So why did I need them little traitors sitting in the back of the bathroom to knock me off my path? I literally got home from Lawrence after having this chat about the scales, and mine were glass, and I had a skip in my front garden. And I went upstairs and I opened the top window of the thing and I threw them out into the skip, and they smashed into hundreds of pieces, and I wasn't going to buy anymore. If you're seeing changes in how you look and you feel and you move, that's real progress. If your skin's better, if you're walking a bit taller, if you're feeling the empowerment of saying no to people when they're trying to sabotage you, that's all real progress. So the next time you find yourself dancing around the scales, thinking, oh, just get on, seeking validation, ask yourself, would I walk into a room and let a complete stranger tell me how I feel? And if you do, you need to come in and roll on a course with me. But I think you wouldn't. Not a complete stranger. You wouldn't let them dictate how you feel about yourself today. Then don't let the scales do it either.